I'm here with Brandon Rickman. Brandon, how you doing?
Good to see you.
Brandon, I've known you for some time now, and certainly I know that you are, in my mind, a licensing expert. And the reason for that is because you've lived through the process. You've had products that you've licensed to major companies, and these products are sold at places like Home Depot and Lowe's. Tell us about it. Tell us about how you got started in this business and some of the things, the success stories that you've had in this business of licensing.
I came up with an idea for a new product. My background was in building and construction, and I came up with an idea for a product that would be useful for that trade. And through a series of mistakes, I was able to patent the product, get the product patented, and then put together a marketing package, took it out and licensed it to DAP and also to United States Gypsum, two of the largest manufacturing companies in the world. And they produced the product and sold it in all the major retailers.
So like Home Depot and Lowe's?
Lowe's, Kmart, Walmart, Target, Sears, Ace Hardware,
Nice.
True Value.
So these products must have, I'm assuming, must have done over time millions of dollars in sales. I mean, I know my wife, we talked about this when we were having lunch one day, where she bought a can of spackle, and it had this putty knife attached to the lid, and I believe that's
right.
the product you have. So I'm thinking, here it is, something that I'm buying myself to use in my house, even though I have no skills fixing anything. My wife still insisted I try, so I went and bought this, and I said, wow, what a great idea, because now I don't have to go somewhere else in the store to buy this spackle knife or tool. I'm probably saying it wrong, but brilliant, just simple solutions that make things a lot easier.
And that was the idea. We wanted to give the do-it-yourselfer a complete package. So instead of buying the container and the knife and all these separate parts and then losing them when it was time to store them, we combined it into one package. And we licensed it to DAP. In the first year, they sold 750,000 units at $6 a piece, so a little over $5 million in sales.
750,000 pieces.
For somewhere between $6 and $7 a unit. And then that was 2004, 2003, 2004, and over the course of the years since then, it's sold a total of $7 or $8 million in sales.
That's unbelievable. It really is. You know, the big thing that I run into when people contact me is that they don't know enough about licensing, but what they say is, Jim, I've got a product idea and I just want to license it. And it is tough, and it's a little frustrating sometimes, because I think that people feel like that licensing is easy, or that it's the holy grail. They don't have to do anything, and all they have to do is somehow approach a potential company to license their idea. I'm sure that you're going to tell us that it's not that easy, and that it is a potential struggle. I'd like for you to tell me a little bit more about what you went through, and the ups and downs, and the types of nuances that you have to go through in order to be a successful licensing person.
Yeah, licensing is actually more difficult than manufacturing. From a cost standpoint, it's less than manufacturing, but it's harder to do, because in manufacturing, you don't necessarily have to have a patent on the product that you're going to manufacture. If you choose to manufacture a variation of a shoe, for example, you can go out and manufacture it and start selling it. Now, other people can come and compete with you because you don't have a patent, but you don't have to spend the time and the money to do the research and all the information. As long as you're not infringing someone else's patent, you can manufacture and sell anything you want to.
True.
In licensing, you have to have a patent. Companies are not going to pay you for an idea unless you have a patent or a patent pending. Generally speaking, it does happen occasionally, but for the most part, you need to have either patent pending or a patented product for them to pay you for it.
Have you heard of companies taking ideas from people after they've approached them without any patent protection?
Absolutely. It's happened to me on several occasions.
Oh, yes.
And several large companies, several Fortune 100 companies that have done that. I thought, being a big company, a well-known company, they wouldn't do that, but I was wrong.
So non-disclosures may not be enough. I tell people that it's a good practice. Always have people sign non-disclosures, but when you're dealing with a large corporation, they somehow find ways to get around your idea. And if you don't have a patent, it makes it easier to do that.
Right.
It's just that there's a disclosure saying you won't take this idea and run with it. But I've heard of this and have seen it as well, that there are many instances where people say, that was my idea, that was my product, and years later you see it and it's a huge success. So
Yeah.
uh,
And then with licensing too, you have to have